Welcome back to True American Story. Sports reporters often say that great athletes make magic on the field. Jonathan Dorenbos is a great athlete, only his magic is the real deal. But when Jonathan was a kid, life played a terrible trick on him.
Growing up wanting to be a professional athlete my whole life, and I remember going to the Seattle Mariners games, and I would be sitting there just outside the players' parking lot. I just thought it was cool just to watch them drive away. And I remember driving to my first game, and I was like, wow, it's like now I'm on the other side of the fence.
Is he ever? Except Jonathan Dorenbos found himself on the gridiron, not on a baseball diamond. In 2003, Jon signed with the Buffalo Bills as a long snapper. At 6 feet, 250 pounds, Jon is small by NFL standards. Yet, number 54 thrives on pressure and never backs down.
He's got a good personality. He's exuberant. He's positive, happy.
He's just a guy that you just want to grab hold to and just hug, you know.
Oh, he's very talented. Outstanding.
Jon made it to the top, but the road to the NFL was brutal. In fact, Jonathan had to overcome a childhood filled with tragedy and pain caused by an incomprehensible crime. At 6, Jon moved with his family to Woodinville, Washington, a quaint suburb of Seattle.
Jonathan's family was the all-American family. His father was the president of our Little League, and his mom was like the neighborhood mom.
We had a great neighborhood and great friends and a really nice, safe community. And so that's really nice. And then I feel like that actually never really happened because I have another harder memory of my family.
I think my dad had many issues growing up as a child that he never worked through. And I think that over time, stress just built up.
August 2nd, 1992 was a routine, lazy summer day for 12-year-old Jon.
The group of neighborhood kids, we played hide and seek.
We had a bell, and every time the bell rang, it was time to come home for dinner. So I heard the bell ring, and I went home, and my dad just said that my mom had gone out for a walk. I remember we stayed up and played chess.
But for 24 hours, Jon's father kept a gruesome secret. The next day, Alan Dorenbos drove to the King County Jail and turned himself in.
Officer Childs broke the news to me. He told us that there was an accident and that my dad was being held under custody and that the details hadn't been worked out, but that my mom was killed.
Soon, the full truth came out.
I just went into, I don't know, just a state of shock almost. It just seems like everything that you could possibly think about, nothing makes sense.
In the heat of an argument, Alan Dorenbos killed 41-year-old Kathy Dorenbos with a power tool. Alan then stuffed his wife's body in the trunk of his car. Once in custody, Dorenbos claimed Kathy attacked him, that his actions were self-defense. Still, the DA charged Dorenbos with second-degree murder.
I remember seeing Jonathan on the steps in the foyer, just with his head in his hands. The first words he said were, "I miss her already."
2.5 months after the killing, Alan Dorenbos stood trial. The community of Woodinville was shocked. No one could imagine what drove Dorenbos to repeatedly beat his wife in their garage. The autopsy indicated that Kathy Dorenbos may have tried to shield herself from those blows. On the stand, Dorenbos held the heavy tools he admitted he used to kill his wife. That night, he had a sledgehammer in one hand and a bench grinder in the other. Day after day, young Jon sat in the courtroom and observed his dad.
I remember looking at him, and it was just this cold, blank stare.
The whole family was there. Jonathan,